All right, here's our first video for the trimester. We are covering the first lesson in Unit 7. So you will need the Unit 7 notes packet, you'll need the Unit 7 homework packet, you'll need the Unit 7 warm-ups in order to follow along with this video today. If you don't have any of those, you need to come get them from me in order to make up your work. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at our warm-up sheet, which is right here. That is our first warm-up. So if you want to pause, try this on your own, and then unpause, and I will tell you the answer. All right, so at first this seems kind of unintelligible, but there are a couple of things that we know for sure. First, in the first square, all of the symbols are on the left. In the second, they're in the middle. In the third, they're over on the right. And then over here, they're back on the left and then back in the middle, so that we know that in the last one, they're going to be on the right. And most of them, they're all on the right. This one has an extra one, so I'm not inclined to think that that's the right answer, but I'm not going to rule it out entirely. Now I need to take a look at the actual symbols. The first thing I notice is that there's a Z here, and there's a Z here, and then there's no Z. There's an S here, and then there's an S here, and there's no S. So I might be inclined to believe that there's going to be a T in the middle in the next box. That might be something that I'm looking for. I'm also going to notice, so that might be something that I'm looking for, but I want to be able to confirm some other patterns. There's an X here, but there are no X's in any other boxes. There's an O here at the bottom, and then in the next one, the O is up at the top, and then it's gone. And in this one, there's an asterisk, a little star down here at the bottom, and it's up at the top, and then it's gone. There's a C down here at the bottom, and then up at the top, and then it's gone. There's an equal sign at the bottom, up at the top, and then it's gone. So I might have a reason to believe that N, since N is at the bottom here, that T will be in the middle, the next one, and that N will be at the top. And that since there's a new symbol in every square, that there will be a new symbol on the bottom of the stack. And if I look, there is in fact one square that meets all three of those patterns: an N on top, a T in the middle, and a new symbol, a square, on the bottom. So my best guess would be this one, and I'm just going to tell you that I'm right. I'm right, that's the correct answer. Haha. All right, so let's get to our actual notes. Get out of here. There we go. All right. So you may, if you missed class the first day of the try, you are going to want to take a good look at the syllabus. It is in the Google Classroom document titled Syllabus and Calendar. Syllabus covers all of the procedures for my class, including test corrections, extra credit, what to do when you're absent. Everything is in there. Everything is in there. You need to check the syllabus. You need to read it. You need to know it. You need to love it. All right. If you get it signed and return it by Friday, you get 100. If you don't get it signed and you don't give it back, you don't get 100. Them's the breaks. So let's get to our notes. Very first page of our notes packet. 7-1, ratios and proportions. Our notes say that a ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division. The ratio A to B, where B is not 0, that should be a period. The ratio A to B, where B is not 0, can be written as A over B, like a fraction, or A with a semicolon, with a colon B, and we usually say that A to B. The ratio of A to B is how we say it when we see that. So we can write the ratios either ways. So in our example, we want to find the ratio of games won to games played. So we have to identify our A and our B. Games won versus games played. So then we can write 96 over 162, which we can also express as a decimal. It is a fraction, so that we can reduce it to a decimal, or as a percentage. So a ratio can be expressed as A to B, A over B, or we can just plug that into our calculator and get our decimal or a percentage answer. So all of those are valid ways of presenting ratios. But be careful what the question is asking you for. So our first exercise, we want to express each ratio as A over B and A to B. So in 2007, Major League Baseball season, Alex Rodriguez hit 54 home runs. He was at bat 583 times. What's the ratio of home runs to the number of times he was at bat? So identify our A and B. And we write A to B. And A over B, 54 over 583. If we plug into the calculator, we're going to get 0.0926. Multiply by 100, we can get 9.26%. That was how many times at bat he got. He almost got almost 10% of his at bats were home runs, which is not too shabby. There are 182 girls in the sophomore class of 305 students. What is the ratio of girls to total students? Our A and B is 182 and 305. And if we put 182 over 305, our percentage is going to end up being 59.67%. This last one says the length of a rectangle is 8 inches and its width is 5 inches. What is the ratio of length to width? So our A and B this time is 8 and 5. And we put A over B, that becomes a 1.6. So it doesn't always work out to a nice percentage. Say that it's 1.6, so 160% as long as it is wide. We could say that. But it's not always going to be something that we want to express as a percent. Like this, we wouldn't necessarily want to express as a percentage. All right. So an extended ratio is a ratio used to compare 3 or more quantities. It's expressed in the form A to B to C. So then in our first exercise, number 4 on your notes, it says the lengths of the side of the triangle are 96, 180, and 204. The first question asks, what is the common factor of the sides? It's the largest common factor. And the answer is 12. 12 divides evenly into all of these. B asks us to write an extended ratio. Well, first, we can write 96 divided by 12 to 180 divided by 12 to 204 divided by 12. I could write just the regular 96 to 180 to 204, but I want to show you this. We basically take out the common factor to get our reduced extended ratio. It's a ratio of the sides. And the perimeter of the triangle is 480, all the sides added together. Okay, we're going to use all 3 of these things in order to find the lengths of the sides of the triangle and the angles of the sides of the angles of a triangle in our next exercises in the next video. So make sure you continue on to the next video.